Hi there. This is William Wordsworth's poem, The World is Too Much With Us, and I'd like to show you what makes this poem a sonnet. In this sonnet, Wordsworth follows the Petrarchan pattern, which was established by the Italian poet Petrarch during the Renaissance. In this pattern for the sonnet, the poem is made up of 14 lines. An octave, which means a stanza of 8 lines, and a sestet, a stanza of 6 lines. We know these lines of poetry are grouped together by the rhyme scheme. So these first 8 lines follow the same rhyme scheme. This is A, B, B, A, B, B, A rhyme scheme. And that means that the first, fourth, fifth, and eighth lines rhyme. That's the A. That's the sound oon. Soon, boon, moon, tune. The B in this pattern refers to this other sound, hours. Powers rhymes with hours, rhymes with hours, and flowers. We have, in a way, 2 stanzas of 4 lines, too, which would mean 2 quatrains. These first 8 lines of a sonnet, according to the traditional sonnet structure, present a problem. In Petrarch's poetry, this problem was usually related to the loss of his love Laura. Here, in Wordsworth's poem, the problem he presents is that we are too far away from nature, that we have lost touch with what is really important. Then, after these 8 lines, there is a change in tone. That is also an important part to the Petrarchan sonnet. This change in tone is also referred to as the volta. That comes from the Italian word voltare, which means to turn. This change of tone in the traditional sonnet structure usually involves a different perspective on the problem or a possible solution to the problem presented in the first half of the poem. Here, Wordsworth focuses on imbibing our lives with more mythical wonder related to nature. Wordsworth indicates this change of tone with this phrase, "Great God!" That exclamation is very different from the tone of the beginning. In these last 6 lines of the poem, we also see a different rhyme scheme. There is an alternating rhyme, C, D, C, D, C, D. The C part of that scheme are the E sounds, B, lee. That word is lee. It refers to a meadow or prairie. And then C. The D part of that rhyme scheme are these other lines that end with the orn sound, outworn, forlorn, horn. So along with this change in rhyme scheme is a solution for this disconnectedness. We need to go back to embracing these magical, mythical elements that we used to perceive in nature. He refers to images of pagan, non-Christian figures. That's what pagan means, non-Christian. Figures like Proteus, the old god of the sea, or Triton. Did you also notice that all of the lines in this poem have the same number of syllables? The world is too much with us late and soon. That's 10 syllables. One very common meter, which is rhythm in a poem, in the English sonnet is iambic pentameter. This poem uses iambic pentameter. What that means is there's 10 syllables per line, and there's an alternating unstressed, stressed syllable pattern. In English, we have stressed and unstressed syllables. Pagan. Pay is the stressed syllable. Nature. Nay is the stressed syllable. And so, the winds that will be howling at all hours, or for this, for everything, we are out of tune, have glimpses that would make me less forlorn. Do 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 do. That's the rhythm of iambic pentameter. So, the Petrarchan sonnet Wordsworth uses here has an octave and a sestet, is in iambic pentameter, and there is a volta between the octave and the sestet. Great God! Now, turn to the discussion board and do your best to answer the questions there.